Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Psychic Spectrum Radio Show. I am Skip.
I'm Sharon, the Princess of Chocolate and Sparkles.
And we want to welcome all you guys to the show. We know we're having some slow reactions here today, but that's because it's Saturday and we're taking a slow day off here.
I didn't see us on screen, so I didn't think it. I'm sorry.
Hey, look, Ouch Phone is on from Twitch.
Well, welcome.
And Allison's on from Ontario. Jeannie is on.
Yeah.
Debbie's from Texas. Happy last Saturday in April. Yeah, thank God. Get through that sucker. And Jeannie says new moon in Taurus.
Ah.
But what does that mean?
My little silly goose, Jeannie.
What does a new moon in Taurus mean?
I don't know. Ask Debbie. Debbie would be able to tell you that. I don't know. I'm not an astrologer.
Okay.
So,
well,
it's got to be, it's a good thing, I think.
I would think so.
Isn't it supposed to, on something, a smiley face? When you look up in the sky, it makes a smiley face with this new moon? I don't know. I read
so.
I don't know. Debbie, help us out. She's good at that stuff.
Yeah, she's the astrologer.
Yeah, she's very good at that stuff. So anyway, yes, it is Saturday, the 26th of April. Gosh, it's only 8 months till Christmas.
Yep.
That's just that's just not right, because it's only 10 months to my birthday and I'm a year older. That's terrible.
And my allergies are kicking up like crazy. The smiley face was yesterday morning.
Yeah, I knew there was something about a smiley face. I remember that. And there's something about Pluto and something else is going on, and it's like you gotta decide what you want to do with your life. I read snippets, so I can't really. I'm not an authority on that.
Yeah. So
we will be answering questions in a little bit. So to Ouch Phone, yes, go ahead, ask a question if you want. We'll get to it in a little bit.
That is the question.
Oh, I see. Oh, I was thinking, never mind. I don't think like anybody else. I really don't. I see things in a weird way.
We'll get to questions in a little bit.
Anyhow,
Josie says sunny times ahead. Yes, it is.
Yes, I really think it is.
Jeannie says astrology is too confusing. It is for me.
It's only because it's a lifelong study.
Yeah.
And I don't think I have the attention span.
Yeah.
For that. It's just too much. Bless the ones who can do it. I tell you, they're wonderful and they're very knowledgeable. I cannot give myself that attention.
Yeah. And Crystal,
I'm like squirrel.
Crystal joined in, Northeast Washington. And look, Sheila says hello again from Salt Lake, Kentucky.
All right.
It's been a while. How are you guys doing?
Yeah.
Jeannie says everything is always moving.
It is.
Debbie.
Well, that's a good thing, really. You don't want nothing to be frozen.
Our astrologer Debbie says today Mars opposes Pluto later today. Major upheaval.
Yeah, I knew there's something about Pluto and major decisions and all that good stuff. So, but it is a 3 days, so there's a positive twist to it. 3 is all about communication, creativity, having fun, balancing body, mind, spirit, which is, I think, this whole year, which is a 9-year numerology. Say it.
Numerologically.
Thank you. It's all about that, endings and beginnings. So what's happening with Mars and Pluto right now is, in my mind, it's right on target.
Ouch Phone says I hate allergies. Yeah.
Yeah, allergies. Well, it's the grass and pollen right now.
Tree pollen.
And then I think in July is when hay fever hits you, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think that's when hay fever season.
And then at Christmas time, the pine trees hit me. The Christmas tree lots come out, and I drive up the street, and I just.
Well, not only that, you're surrounded by pine trees.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's your crutch you got to bear this time.
Yeah, right.
Anyhow, like I say, it's a 3-day. Go have some fun. Get creative. If you need to talk things out or want to talk to people, get social, talk things out, say your truth. I mean, it's a good day because communication-wise, your words will be there. You'll be able to put them in the way you want them to be. So, that 3s are just fun days. I love 3s because you're if you're creative, you can get it all in your mind. You can start visualizing, you can start imagining and putting it out there, and then you can communicate by telling what your vision is and how to get it going, or ask people what I do next or whatever. But make it fun, whatever you do. Today should be a fun day.
And so you can do your stone?
I am right now, yeah. It's
right this very second. Oh, yeah, there's your stone.
Might as well, yeah. It's blue calcite. And it's beautiful, polished, and it's also a pretty stone, rough cut.
Yeah.
It's just a cool stone. And what it represents is serenity, restoration, and releasing stress. And I think we all need that in our daily lives, no matter what's going on. But I think that's why places paint their walls blue and stuff, because it's very calming.
Sure.
Yeah, it brings down the anger, it brings down the anxiety. It's just a calming color. So,
and it reminds people of eggshells.
Okay, I would say sky, but eggshells, if that works for you, you go for that. And the affirmation I picked for today is, I am allowing peaceful, healing white light to flow through my body now. And
that kind of matches up with the stone.
It certainly does. Spirit's good. It gives me all this stuff. So that's the name of that tune. Onward and upward.
Allison says, have I ever tried allergy shots? It helped her.
No, you haven't.
No.
I don't think you've ever been tested.
No, I haven't.
So maybe it's time.
I don't think so.
Why?
I ain't getting no shots.
Oh my God.
I'm not afraid no ghosts.
You would rather suffer like you're doing now than get shots that can help you?
It comes and goes. It's temporary.
Maybe you should try the approach that they say, if you eat honey from bees that have collected in the area where you live, that it can help your allergies. You build up a resistance.
Okay, well, you get the honey and I'll take it.
No, it's not my problem. You get the honey.
Debbie says that the new moon equals new beginnings and manifest time. Taurus is practical, pragmatic, comforts all senses involved.
There you go. Endings and beginnings.
Now that
endings and beginnings.
I have never heard a more clear explanation of new moon in Taurus or any other astrological words than that. That is exactly the way it should be said.
Well, we have always said Debbie does not talk astrologies.
Right.
She talks English.
She can.
She can, but she makes it so the layman understands it.
Right.
Which is, that's a gift right there. Because when they say something's trying this and conjunct that, and I go, okay, I don't know what that means.
And then she turns around. You blew me out of the water. You said Mars opposes Pluto at 6:05 Pacific time. So now what does Mars?
What's that mean? Mars is the warrior. He liked the fight, So being that there's major upheaval, I would assume that there's going to be some emotional turbulence going to go on later today, if it hasn't happened already. Of course, when isn't there in this day and age?
Allison says, can you repeat that? I missed it. Okay. Debbie says that the new moon equals new beginnings and manifest time. Taurus is practical, pragmatic, comforts all senses involved.
And I think she's saying the new moon is in Taurus. Is that what she's saying?
Yes. It's actually tomorrow at 12:31.
It's actually tomorrow at 12:31 p.m. Okay. So it'll really take effect tomorrow. Practical, pragmatic, comforts. So it's like, what is it you really want in this life, and how are you going to get it? And if you have it, how are you going to maintain it? I would say.
Okay. Allison says, oh my God.
Oh Lord.
I missed something up here.
You did?
Linda, she says, I don't know if I'm coming or going. Well,
that's kind of the way the world is today.
During the scattered world is the whole year.
Energy.
Yeah.
And part of the endings and beginnings, it's like you don't know where you stand right now.
Sure.
And you're just trying to stay afloat and keep your head above water. Because you got to be careful. You don't want to upset anybody, and you don't want to lose sight of what you believe in. And you want to help people, but you got to help yourself. I mean, it's really, to me, you're like trying to keep your head above water.
And JM joined us. She says, "Hi, kids. Kids.
She's our hippy dippy weather woman." Yeah.
Hey, man.
So far, the mountain hasn't blown, Mount Adams, so
yeah,
that's a good thing. I guess we had some earthquake in the Pacific Ocean, not close to us, but farther down the globe.
Did you leave the door open on the deck?
No.
Oh.
Why?
Because I just heard the wind chimes blow.
I don't think I did. You want me to look?
Mm-mm.
I know I didn't. It's cold out there.
So what else you got for us? Anything?
Nothing right now, no.
Then we go into the card of the day.
I guess we go to the card of the day. What is the card of the day?
Well, the card of Tuesday was take the bull by the horns and do things, but do things different. Be prepared to jump in and just do, because it's not going to have time to think about it. You're not going to have time to react the way you want to. You're always going to look back and say, I probably should have done this, or I could have done that. But the point was, just do something.
Right?
Yeah.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
And so no matter what you did what you needed to do. So now I mixed the cards up already before we started.
All right. I wasn't here. I don't know. I trust you.
And you do it this time and I'll pull.
Oh.
You fan them out.
Well, I'm not a good fanner.
Do what we did. You did this, what, a couple weeks ago?
I don't know what we did a couple weeks ago. Well, here, go for it. Or however.
I'll do what you do. I'll go by feel.
Well, you do. You feel where it's warm or cold or whatever hits you. Now let me see the card. Give the card. I will be you. Ooh, ooh, ooh.
Oh my God. Oh. Okay, guys. Got to be logical. You're not going to have any signs. You're not going to be led. You're not going to be given things. Don't try to read into things. Just be actual, logical in your reactions, your thoughts, and everything else. Because don't pay attention to signs, because they're not going to be there. And even if there is something that you think is a sign, you're not going to get it interpreted right or recognize it as a sign until it's too late. So just be logical.
Which kind of is right along with what Debbie's saying.
Yeah.
To get through this, you're going to have to be logical.
Practical, pragmatic.
You're going to have to pay attention to what you're doing, what's going on.
Yep.
And be the driver. You can't just be in the back seat and expect the chauffeur to get you there.
And that leads me to my first commercial for today. I have a psychic class, an intuitive development class, but I teach you to read these cards, these rune cards. And that's coming up in when? Online?
Online, it's June 21st or 22nd, I believe.
And in person?
It's May 17th and 18th.
So,
or 16th. I don't know.
In June, I'm doing this online, and I've been doing it for quite a few years. Oh, look who joined in from Hawaii, Ann.
Where?
Up there.
Oh, hi, Ann.
How's things going over there?
Aloha.
Now, Debbie says Pluto...
No, wait, you have to finish your commercial.
What?
You were talking about your root card class.
I did.
Oh, okay. I wanted to make sure you finished it. Okay.
Debbie says Pluto destroys before it rebuilds in a different way, like the Phoenix. Mars can be aggressive, but also is initiative, action. Many police and military personnel have a prominent Mars in their chart.
That makes sense.
Huh.
And that's what you're saying. There is no signs. So you're going to have to be like Mars.
Yeah.
You're going to have to take the initiative. You're going to have to make the action happen, and realize that what you're doing is part of this whole world number endings and beginnings for this year.
See?
So you may have to tear it down, but rebuild it the way you want it.
Now I can add astrologer to my business card.
Why?
It matches up. What I said matches up with astrology.
No, you were complimenting the astrology with your card reading. No.
It was a very complimentary day. I said, hello, how are you? You look fine. What a wonderful day. Your lawn is kept really nice. It was complimentary.
Yeah. Okay, I'll let you have that.
So the Pope is
He's laid to rest.
His what do you call it? Funeral procession and the viewing of the body is taking place.
No, it's done now. He's actually laid to rest.
That's
now.
why I said it has taken place.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
And so he's put into his vault that he's going to remain in. And
do you know he said he didn't want his body embalmed. He says, my body has suffered enough. Talk about love to the end.
why is that love?
He cared enough for his physical body not to put it through any more pain.
When you're dead, your body doesn't feel any pain.
I know. It's symbolic.
I think he was hiding
you ever
something.
Been dead?
I think he was hiding. Yes, I have. Actually. I think he was hiding something.
No. No, I mean, I thought that was a loving gesture.
I don't look at it that way. I think it's selfish. People want to know what the hell was wrong with the guy.
Well, they know what was wrong with them.
What?
He had a stroke.
He did?
Yeah.
Have they verified that?
Yeah.
How?
The doctor said he had a stroke. I wasn't in the room. I can't tell you that.
How many doctors have said that you died from heart failure?
I'm telling you what they say.
Mm-hmm. We need a autopsy.
The man was 88 years old, had 38 days in the hospital for pneumonia, came out. He had a stroke.
Crystal says, I thought embalming was required by law. It is for you and me,
Yeah,
unless you're the Pope.
Maybe it's not in Italy,
You can declare it that you don't want it.
Maybe it's not in Italy. I don't know, but that's what I read. There again, I wasn't there. I read it. Can you believe what you read? Probably not. But I mean, he said, my body has suffered enough. I don't want to be embalmed.
C'est la vie.
Well, okay. Anyway.
Lou joined in. And
it's your birthday.
It's going to be a new moon for his birthday on the 29th. That's Tuesday.
Happy birthday on the 29th.
So we'll celebrate on Wednesday, Lou.
Which is the 30th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll celebrate then. And he's going to be, 42 again. Again. No. Debbie says stroke that caused heart failure, but how can they tell without an autopsy? That's what I say.
Well, I think the blood work alone would tell if he had a stroke.
Okay.
So I would tell you that.
But he may have had a stroke, but not maybe that when they said they saw, he's having a stroke, put the pillow over his face.
No.
Oh. That's where there is conspiracy theories.
No, that's where you are.
Uh-huh. They need an autopsy.
You're not going to get one.
Yeah, I know.
There's something about his finger floating too. I don't know what that's all about.
Oh, God. Did they do an autopsy on the finger?
No, they said something that proved there's an afterlife. Or I don't know. I didn't read the thing.
Uh-huh. So we're going to be having a new pope here in the next couple of weeks.
Supposedly. It's going to be probably a Pete or something.
Well, if you listen to Nostradamus,
there you go.
The interpretations of Nostradamus says that it's going to be somebody named Peter, and
it'll be the last one.
Yeah.
Which, if it is, that doesn't mean it's the end of the world. That just means maybe things change in the way things are done.
Yeah.
You don't know that. All these people, it's the end of the world. I don't think it's the end of the world.
Of the four likely candidates, the top four candidates, three of them are named Peter.
Yeah.
One of them is black, one's Filipino, and one's Caucasian. So take your pick.
What's that got to do with the name?
I'm going to start a pool. Who's going to be the next pope? $50 a square, folks.
It'll be interesting to see who it is. I think they should shake it up and make it a woman.
Oh, they have had a woman.
Have they?
Yeah. That's
Have they really?
Go back, look it up.
Well,
that's where the hole in the chair of the Pope came from.
Yeah, okay.
Because
I know.
Okay.
Maybe that's true. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
I don't go in for the conspiracy theories. I listen to them and, it makes you think. And some of them, I will say, may have a glimmer of truth in it. But most conspiracy theories, I just can't buy into. I just can't. Maybe it's a flaw in me. I can't buy into them.
Mm-hmm.
But there is a Sasquatch. I've heard that one yell. I know that's out there.
That's a conspiracy theory.
I've heard it yell. I've got proof.
I know. We have.
I got proof.
We've smelled it.
I've smelled it and I've heard it. Yes, it's out there. I've not seen it, thank God, and I don't wanna.
Lou's gonna throw his hat in the ring for Pope. I'm gonna bring you a Pope's hat next week.
You'd have to change your name to Peter.
What? Wow! I was just gonna say, what name would you choose? Pope what? It can't be Pope Louis. Oh, Louis actually there's been a Pope Louis.
Pope
Louis?
Yes.
Pope BS.
Debbie says they said they prop the arms up underneath so that the hands don't fall to the side with rigor mortis. Really? Huh? Yeah, really? That one don't make sense either. See, things that don't make sense, I get. Because that don't make sense to me.
Mm-hmm. Real Native Beauty checked in, said hi from Auburn.
But I have said for decades, and I'll say it now, there's no news in the truth, and there's no truth in the news. So
you heard it here first,
you're kind of
folks.
just out there keeping your head above water and trying to survive.
I want to know what name Lou's I'm going to call it Pope. It's PFT.
Pope Claus?
No, it's PHT.
Pope Past?
Pope. It's PHT for pilot, higher, and deeper.
Oh my goodness.
He says Pope Lou the First. That would work.
That would be the first, that's for sure.
That would be a first. I think there actually was a Pope Louis or Louis.
Well, I can look it up for you.
Okay.
If you really want to know.
Not really, but you're going to look it up anyhow. Oh. Hey, if you guys want to Pope Santa Lou. So, hey, there he is. Santa Lou. Pope,
I love it.
Is Italian. Pope Santa Lou.
Santa Lou. I know.
If you guys want to have some
Pope
fun, join us on Wednesday night on the Psychic Showcase online, because Donna Sebo is going to be our speaker that night.
There is never been a Pope named Louis.
Okay.
So he would be a first, literally.
Pope Santa Lou.
And it's because the name Louis is a French name. And while it is not uncommon in Catholic history, it has never been used for a pope.
Uh-huh. And he'll probably wear a red heart thingy around his chain around his neck. Red heart thingy. So.
Oh my God. Pope Santa Lou. I love that.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Santa Lou.
You may have to change your Santa hat for one of those cardinal things or bishop.
But just fold it a different way and it'll be fine.
Just make three corners.
Santa Lou, he says, got to do a lot of looking since there were over 200.
200 what?
Popes.
Oh, yeah, but never one named Lou.
But never one named Santa Lou. He was from the island of Episcopado. Who are you?
I got to give Lou credit. He thinks.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have came up with Santa Lou. That's pretty cool.
And what's your name,
I love
sir?
his sense of humor.
Who are you? I'm Pope Santa Lou. JM says, I saw on Facebook that Katy Perry can be the next Pope because she read the Bible for 11 minutes.
Yeah,
That's
I
right.
read that too. That's funny. That's funny.
What about those people? They go up they didn't even go into space. They went to the edge of space. And all of a sudden, they're all called astronauts.
Well, they're calling themselves astronauts.
And so is the darling media.
Yeah.
I wonder what would happen to if you said that to John Glenn and the other astronauts that actually went into space.
Are they still alive?
Some of them are.
They probably
There's
laugh.
a lot of them.
They probably laugh.
They just rescued 2 of them.
I mean, yeah, what they did was cool.
Supposedly.
I mean, I don't know if I could do it. I don't know if I'd want to do it. But after 11 minutes, they must have been really scared, or she wouldn't have came. Whoever it was, wouldn't have came down and kissed the earth.
That was all for show.
Oh, I'm sure.
Just like the door, the hatch opened up from the inside, and it's supposed to be locked and secured, and it was so flimsy, it looked like it was made out of cardboard.
There go your conspiracies.
No, there's videos on that. Lou says, "How about wine and pizza?" Red wine, cauliflower crust pizza.
If he's Pope Santa Lou, he can have whatever color wine he wants.
You can change water into wine.
He could.
That's right. No, we're joking.
Yeah, we're having fun at everybody else's expense. That's not good.
Anyhow, the sun's not out today.
Anyway, the Pope has been laid to
overcast
rest,
here.
and he suffered a lot. He really did. He was sick.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad he's out of pain and okay now. That's all. I don't care who anybody is. I don't like anybody in pain. I don't. So
Debbie says, I thought there were 112 popes, but I don't really know. Santa Lou will have red hearts all over his cassock.
Well,
come on.
It works.
Say it.
No, I'm not going to say it.
All over his cassock. Oh, that was good.
We're going to hell for this. No, so seriously, I'm glad he's at rest in peace.
Yeah.
I really am. And, whoever's next,
it sucks
I hope
to be
they do a good job and the people love him and whatever,
He had to have been miserable for a long time.
He did not, yeah. He was not well.
No.
And he fought a brave battle. I mean, to be as sick as he was and still do what he did on Easter and die the day after.
It's willpower.
It's amazing. Huh?
It's willpower.
Yeah.
It's no different than your grandmother hanging on for 98 years and everybody said she ought to go by 60. I mean, that was sheer willpower.
No.
Lou says, gotta run, have to mow my holy yard.
I thought you mowed that the other day.
Lou, remember one thing.
No,
Up
that was
here,
a week ago.
down here, the left side and the right side. Make sure you get it all. Okay, joking's done.
No, but
what?
It's lighthearted, but it is a sad event.
I know.
It is.
And I joke about a lot of things, even some religious things.
And he was 88. I mean, it was timely, you might say. I wish he'd lived longer, really, but he didn't.
Yeah.
But I mean, the world will keep turning and they'll get another pope and he'll be put where he should be in the history books. And, at least he's at peace now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the best part.
And the church is able to move on and elect a new pope.
Yeah.
And
it'll be interesting.
Maybe he'll take it in the same direction, the different direction, or both.
Yeah, you don't know.
Because that Pope Francis was pretty liberal.
Yeah. And
some of the up and coming ones, there's some liberal that followed that were in his footsteps. They were his assistant. Yeah. And other ones that are a little more conservative. So who knows?
You don't know. That's the way the world turns.
That's right.
So we'll just wait and see, like we've done everything else in this whole circus we're part of.
I'm going to write down my prediction.
For what?
Of who's going to be elected pope.
It'll be a mail.
I'm going to put it in an envelope and I'm going to mail it to ourselves with they'll have the mail stamp on it for the date. Mm-hmm. And then we'll see. You going to do it?
No.
We'll just limit our pick to
the 3 Peters?
4.
Was there 4?
Those top 4 guys, yeah.
Oh, I thought there was 3.
Actually, there's 5 now because Pope Santa Lou is in there. Archbishop Santa Lou. No, there's 4 top runners who are in the mix of it all. The 4 likeliest is what they said. 3 of them were named
and
Peter.
Who knows? A dark horse could come out. Somebody you're not even thinking of.
Yeah.
Who knows?
I'm going to do that. And then when he gets elected, we'll open it up on the air and people can see who got.
Maybe you should write it and seal it on the air.
I could. Why? That wouldn't show anything.
Why wouldn't it?
Because I could throw that one away and make another one.
Yeah, I guess so. Okay. I was just trying to make it legit. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, do you have a topic for today?
No.
What time is it? Oh, it's already that. Well, let's start answering questions then. It's already 1:30.
Is it really?
Yeah. Time passes when you're having fun.
Well, I guess it does. I missed one here. So we got to go back up to questions.
Yeah.
Let's go to the top. Who was on here first with questions?
I believe it was Ouch.
I have a question. If I am a psychic or not? Yes.
Why do you have to question whether you are or not?
Good question. Question that question.
I mean, everybody comes in having something.
Yes, everybody has psychic ability.
Whether they become aware of it, or whether they fine tune it, or whether they are told don't talk like that or don't do that or whatever. I mean, your upbringing has a lot to do with what you come into your adulthood with. But
right.
If it wasn't suppressed, we all have, mother's intuition is being psychic.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody has it. It's just whether you tune into it and whether you use it. So I guess to answer your question, you have it, but do you know you have it, and do you use it, and do you kind of work with it and fine tune it?
Yeah, exactly.
Does that answer that?
You are psychic. To what degree?
Yeah.
I can't. That's like saying how good of a doctor is a doctor psychically. And there's sometimes you can pick up different things that might distinguish them or stand out. But yeah, everybody has psychic ability. If you want to develop it or refine it or move forward with it, then you need to start doing that.
And I also think it depends on, in her terminology, in her mindset, or his mindset, his or her, what is a psychic?
True. What do you call psychic?
So what is it you're thinking a psychic represents? Because that may not be what we think a psychic represents.
Right.
So to answer the question would be kind of mute until we knew.
Yeah. Yeah. So don't, if you're just starting out or if you've been doing it a while, but either way, everybody is psychic in their own way. They just need to develop it and bring it out.
To recognize it. Is this person getting visions or lucid dreams? Do they hear things? Does somebody talk to them? Do they feel? Do they sense? Do they taste? I mean, they gotta start running it all down and putting everything in place to see if that's what everybody can do, or is that just tuning into your gift?
Jeannie says, I am allowing peaceful, healing blue light. Shut the curtains.
I would add white light to that myself.
Yeah.
Just to balance it out. But that's just me.
Let's see.
So where's another question? Do we have another question?
Yeah. I'm just trying to get to it. I
don't see it.
Well, just hold on. You read faster than I do.
This is true. Oh, Catherine's on. Oh, yeah, the photos. Yes, I haven't seen it yet. But I'm waiting. Oh, Scorpio.
Allison, she says, when I finally moved back home, how soon after... Where it went? Oh, there.
Where?
How soon? Right there.
Oh.
How soon after will I meet the man of my dreams? I'm hoping to be out by June.
Well, how do you know your man of your dreams is where you're moving to?
That's right. And how do you know that? Because you move, you're going to meet the fan of your... Actually, I'll tell you what. You will meet people, okay? The man of your dreams, at this point, that's so many variables to even look at that's impossible to tell you. However, I can say this. it's going to depend, and I say this a lot, but it's true. It depends. Just because you move home and you don't go anywhere or hang out with anywhere or have friends, you're not going to meet anybody. So you've got to get out there and mix, mingle, and meet up with people.
True.
So you at least get out and go grocery shopping and go 15 times a week grocery shopping. If that's where you feel like you're going to meet this person at. So
you just have to be out.
Right.
You have to be social.
Yeah.
But I also wonder if you really know what the man of your dreams is. Have you made a list? Have you got pros and cons of what you want, what you don't want?
Right.
I mean, the universe can't send them to you until you really put out there what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
And who's to say you won't meet them on the way there or somewhere along the way? You know, I don't think you can. You can't just say after I move out there, when am I going to meet the man of my dreams? That's kind of an open-ended question because there's so many factors.
Mm-hmm.
And also it could be the man of your dreams may not be who you think it is in the beginning, but this person grows on you. He becomes very helpful. He does loving things for you. He just makes you feel comfortable. He may not be 6'2", blue-eyed, blonde hair, built like a, God. You know, he could be 5'7", be a little chunky and wear glasses and be bald. I mean, you don't know. So you've got to be open and realize that energies are attracting each other. That's not so much what they look like, because sometimes the ones you just don't think you give a second look to are the nicest, loving people in the world. And so you got to be open to however this quote unquote man of your dreams is going to appear.
Mm-hmm.
So don't give them a chance. Keep control of your power, but whoever you come in contact with, give them a chance. And if red flags come up, then say bye. I
will say this. I do think, Allison, that you have a much, much better chance of meeting someone who you can get into a serious relationship with after you move there. So now Sheila.
Well, and that's common sense because she's moving. So
no, but she has a better chance of meeting someone there than if she were to stay here.
That's what I'm saying. That's common sense because she is moving.
No, I'm saying if she was to stay here, very less likely. If she moves, much more likely. Same thing.
I'm saying it's like a mute point because she is moving. That is where she will meet this person, not where she is now.
Well, sure, but it's not common sense that just because she's moving, she's changing everything.
Well, she is changing everything.
Okay.
She's changing everything, including where she lives, who she's around, and probably some of what she thinks about things.
All right, let's go to Sheila. Sheila says, like a lot of people, I have several dilemmas, but one is weighing on my mind. I have a cousin. Her name is Mary Beth. She's just disappeared. Is she okay? And are there any messages for me? Mary Beth is fine. She's doing what she wants to do. Whether it's what you think she should be doing or whether it's your normal, no. But she's doing what she wants to do. And I think she's always been a little bit of an escapist, always wanting to be different or in different situations. And I think she's fine. What do you say?
Well, as I sit here and look at her name, I'm not disagreeing with you. But at the same point, I think she may have gotten involved in something she's having trouble getting out of. Not, to where she's going to die. Well, she could, I suppose. But I mean, I don't think she's where she thought she would be. I think it's something different than what she thought it was going to be. And she's just kind of disappeared. She has. She's lost.
And as far as any messages for you?
But I mean, will she find her way back? Because I think she is a bit of a rebel. Don't you?
She's always been that way.
Okay.
As far as any messages for you, you're going to be challenged and told that people are your relatives especially are going to tell you they don't like the way you operate in that, and not in those exact words. But you don't have to conform to their way of operating. So just keep that in mind. But you are going to be told basically that, and that's okay. They can have their opinion.
Okay.
Catherine from Ireland, she says that she will send you your photos.
Mm-hmm.
I want to see a leprechaun, a real leprechaun.
Well, so would every other person living in Ireland.
I'll bet there are people in Ireland who will say, I have seen a leprechaun.
I would think there would be somewhere. Yeah. I am worried about Mary Beth, though. I am. It just feels very troubling. I'll put it that way.
Real Native Beauty, she says, my job had an electrical fire, so I haven't been working for almost a month. I have to start looking for a new job, but wasn't sure if I still look in the healthcare field or try something new. Have you filed for unemployment? Because if you're out of work because of that, you can get unemployment. I think you need to think about that. If that's a possibility, you should file. And then look.
In reference to should I look in the healthcare field or try something new, I would just look.
Mm-hmm.
If healthcare is part of it, great. But don't be afraid to look other places too. If you're thinking healthcare is not maybe where you want to be for the rest, don't be afraid to try something new. This is a year to do that. Endings and beginnings.
Yeah. Debbie says, does Chuck's vehicle need a new battery? Simple answer, yes. The more complicated answer is if you wanted to revive it, there are ways to do it. But with Chuck's health, I don't think that would be a good idea to try it. Might be too taxing on him, but the easiest thing is just go buy a new battery.
There's something about the connection. I don't know if it's a loose wire or what, but I'd check that out too.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. There's something about, even if you got a new battery, which you probably would, check the connection because, and I see a green wire. I don't know if he has a green wire, but I'm seeing a greenish colored wire. Kind of a dirty green colored wire because it's under the hood.
If you drove the car to like O'Reilly's or AutoZone or whatever is down in Texas, and they have what's called a load checker. It'll check the battery with a load on it, and they'll tell you if you need a new battery. But I'm going to say, yeah, I think he does.
But he needs to check that connection. It goes to the battery.
Sure.
Because I think there's something there.
Elaine says, I've started a year-long class on diabetes prevention, which will involve diet and exercise. How will I do? Will this process help my numbers on blood sugar, BP, and cholesterol? So on the numbers on blood sugar, BP, and cholesterol, the first two, yes. Cholesterol, maybe a little. I don't think I noticed that much of a noticeable difference. That's going to require something else.
It depends on the diet and if she sticks to it and does exactly what they say. I think gung-ho, you'll start out good for the first couple of 3, I want to say months, maybe, if you're lucky, and then you're going to start wanting this or that, and you're going to have to really be diligent in staying with the program.
And that's what I see is that you're going to struggle with this diet and exercise. Doesn't mean you can't do it.
No.
Just that you're going to struggle with it.
I think if you can do it and will do it, it's going to benefit you no matter what the numbers are. It's going to benefit her. It's not going to be a detriment to her in any of those numbers. It will help. But it's going to be boring and you're going to want some stuff.
Yes. So get a good support group to help you.
Like if you can check in, if you do check in and check the numbers every so often, that's going to help keep you on track. If you do it and just say for a year and then come back in a year and we'll see what not. It's too easy to get off course. Nobody's holding the feet to the fire,
Mm-hmm. Allison says maybe I should have said my forever partner. I'll still say the same thing.
It's the same thing. Yeah. I mean, what I said goes for that too. The forever partner may not be a movie star. It could be a normal average guy that that you would not think of, but
Mm-hmm.
if you give him a chance, he'll treat you the best ever. So just don't close your eyes to anything. Just give everyone a chance and then keep your power and decide whether it is or it isn't.
Here's a question from Catherine over there in Ireland. Her disabled brother still fighting to get back into the family home. Big meeting next month. Refused to go to it. She refused to go to it. Every summer this happens because of the bright evenings. He's mad to get home, but his needs are beyond one person. I can't wait to see the end of this. You did the right thing. Stay out of it, because it's going to end up that there's even other family members and caregivers, doctors, whatever, I don't know, social people, that they're going to say the same thing. It's like, you can't go unless you have this in place for support. You can't go, and he's not going to get that because none of them are going to want to step up to it.
Exactly. Unless they got the money to pay somebody to be there.
Yeah.
Day in and day out, take care of his needs, and I don't see that either.
Just, you're saying you got the right attitude. Can't wait to see it turn out. I'm not going to go.
Yeah.
And what you should do is just sit back and don't gloat, but know you picked the right thing.
But when they say, how come you're not involved? Don't you care anymore? Yada, yada, yada. You can sit back and say, I have seen the writing on the wall. I know what he wants. I wish he could have it. But there's no money to provide that, and he can't do it by himself.
That's right.
And so I'm not going to put myself through that because I know there's no answer that's going to be helpful.
And none of them are going to give up their lives to take care of him.
Or money. Nobody, I mean, he's fine where he is. He's just not happy, which I get, and it's too darn bad. But it is what it is, and they're gonna have to make it work. Sheila
says, thanks for just knowing she's okay. Really helps me, and she is a rebel.
Yeah.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah, and down the road, I don't think that far away, but maybe not this year. I think you'll probably either hear of her or hear from her. But right now, you just got to let her do what she's doing.
Real Native Beauty says she is getting unemployment. If it's enough for you for now, then ride the wave. If it's not, then I would start looking. Just keep looking. I don't think I would look in healthcare. I
would just say, take me to where I'm supposed to be. Bring to me what I should have. And start open whatever you have, look at, the want ads or whatever you do online now. Look and see what jumps out at you. Try them all.
I would think long and hard about the healthcare industry.
That one feels boring. It's like she needs more oomph. Some big reason to get up and go to work.
Yeah. Debbie says, thanks. He's already changed the batteries in both key fobs. Guess he'll be calling AAA next. Thank goodness for having another vehicle. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Catherine sends, what's that? Oh, so the 100% thing.
Oh,
100%. Okay. She says, thank you, sound advice.
Well, it's not us, it's spirit. But, I'm glad we heard it correctly. Send those stars.
Yeah,
I found out that they can send stars.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's
if you're on
cool.
Facebook, send us stars. Yeah. I guess we're eligible for stars.
Who knew?
Or like our oldest grandson said when he was, 3,
stars.
2? He says,
stars.
we put stars all over his Christmas present. These
sticky stars.
Sticky on stars. We put them all over his couple of his Christmas presents. And he didn't care. He'd open the presents up. He'd throw the thing out, the box over, and he'd grab the paper and turn it on. They said, open up the box. He said, I got stars. I got stars. So anyhow, that's the end of the questions. That's good. Because we're at 50 minutes. We'll have
we're doing good.
A show today. So I guess what we need to do is listen to this.
It's time for Sharon's Joke of the Week.
Well, this is not really jokes. I decided that these were all thinkers to make you think.
Well, that changes things.
No, I'm just, for this one time, it's not a joke, but it makes you think.
Okay, so I have to change this.
It's time for Sharon's Joke of the Week.
Okay.
Well, these are ones that you're going to think and go, Okay. So what was the best thing before sliced bread? Did you ever think about that? I have. When does it start or stop being partly cloudy and begin being partly sunny? Think about that.
Say, read that again.
When does it quit being partly cloudy and start becoming partly sunny?
When there's more sun.
Get out of here. Maybe. Why is it British people, when they're singing, they don't have an accent?
Yeah, I've thought of that too. Even the Italian, French,
Yeah.
it's like we lose our accent.
The Spanish people still have their accent when they sing.
They do?
Yeah. Like Julio Iglesias.
Mm-hmm.
When they sing, well, it's not like it is when they're talking. That's true. Anyway. So, here's another goodie. So,
I left this on.
If poison, when it gets past its expiration date, does that make it less poisonous or more poisonous?
Less.
Okay, you say so. What if, when the dog chases the ball that you threw, what if it brings it back because the dog thinks you enjoy throwing the ball? Have you ever thought about that?
Too hard to think.
And I'm going to leave you with this one. How many animals need glasses and nobody knows it? Think about that. That keeps you up at night.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
that would.
It would. Name of that tune.
So we've reached our time limit, kids. We're coming to a close.
It's a lazy day.
We'll be
today.
back Tuesday. We actually had 3 days off this week in a row. 3 days. We get one once in a while too, but we've actually had 3 days of not really having to do anything.
Except what we do.
Yeah. So it's good. But anyhow, join us. Be back again Tuesday. You can join us on Wednesday.
I think this coming Saturday is that's
Talking to the other side.
So it'll be a replay on Saturday.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. But our motto is.
So that card's going to go from Tuesday to Tuesday.
Our motto is what?
What a wonderful world.
That's right.
Love you, Mom and Dad.
You guys have a good one. We'll see you then. Take care of your allergies.